Scentland, the land of scent.
Make way, 'cause here I come. Hi everybody, it's Chris here, and today it's all about pure and utter provocation. And you can provocate verbally, you can provocate in a written format, you can do it with music, you can provocate with appearance, and you can indeed provocate with fragrance. And I'm going to show you those 4 fragrances that did and do indeed provocate. And in order to do so, first of all, I invite you to a little bit of a time travel, going back to the lingering smell of patchouli, the smell of a generation of the 60s and 70s, the flower power generation, the hippies, when patchouli was everywhere. And the fragrance that represents patchouli in the most provocative way is Narciso Rodriguez. For him, you could say, why there's dozens and hundreds of fragrances with the patchouli note out there, but I take your provocation, I take the challenge, I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why this one is totally and utterly provocative is that it was launched in 2007, and when it was launched, it punched the entire fragrance community and indeed the perfume market straight into the nose with its bold, strong, straightforward patchouli note like no other. And it stands still, straight up, tall and strong ever since, with the greatest and boldest modern patchouli note out there. Narciso Rodriguez for him. And there was another smell lingering around in the 60s, 70s, and today also. Hash, weed, grass, and no other fragrance represents the smell of marijuana better than Kinski. Again, you could challenge me and say there's many fragrances that have this note, but none of them is named after the most provocative actor of all time, Klaus Kinski, the Polish-born German actor that was so outspoken and so provocative that there was no other like him ever. And this strong smell of natural marijuana paired up with the huge provocative personality of Klaus Kinski makes this fragrance, Kinski, one of the most provocative fragrances released ever. But you can go even further with the master of provocation, Yves Saint Laurent himself, releasing both male and female fragrances called Opium. Opium, which has always played part in illegal drugs. Opium, to name a fragrance opium and then give it this punch, this strength that opium, especially the vintage one, had, is a tremendously bold move. It's basically you're calling your fragrance like almost like a drug, but definitely a component that played a major part into the production of heroin and, as I say, illegal drug business over decades and decades. Yves Saint Laurent, Opium, extremely provocative name. Can you take it further? I think you can. How? I mentioned music. Yes, you can provocate with music. Many great artists have done that. And there is a band out there, again, a German band, that does this to perfection nowadays. I'm talking about Rammstein. Even the name and their appearance, their stage act is extremely provocative. And then to launch a fragrance called Cocaine, and to launch it in a entirely white bottle is total and utter provocation. There's no safe play here. This is a punch in your face straight away. If you go into a shop, a fragrance shop, you check out all those nice, customer-friendly marketing tools, bottles, all different shapes and forms and labels, and then you bump into something in a white bottle called Cocaine, and the designer behind it is this hugely flamboyant and very much provocative band, Rammstein. There is no better package of provocation out there at this moment in the fragrance industry, at the fragrance market. Rammstein Cocaine, or Cocaine. So these were those 4 fragrances that, at least to my opinion, provocate the market, provocate the user, you guys and girls. But let's not, before I close, let's not forget one more important thing. One more very important thing in regards to provocation. A major rule in regards to provocation, and that is provocation is only good and efficient if its roots, its motivation is genuine and it's being done with style. Okay? Gotcha.